Let me show you something about the game. So lights in this game and like moves in general rarely tend to be plus. Jabs in this game are minus, but when you chain jabs together, it will beat someone who's mashing on your jab, even though it's -1. Notice that if I hit a button on the lights, I get frame trapped, right? So if he's hitting me, I get frame trapped. But generally in this game, once you block 3 lights, you like push yourself out of range and you're minus on your light now. And because you're minus on your light now, your opponent can mash a button. If I mash my 6-frame medium, it will beat whatever they're doing most of the time. This is how a lot of people play the game. Like, how often have you played against a Luke? You block 3 buttons and then they do this, you know? You can do the same thing with his light kick. His light kick is 5 frames after you block 3 lights, and it's like a pretty safe check. If you have light cancels that are really good, things like this, right? This can stop you from mashing whatever button you're going for. If your character has a way to beat this or not, that's very important. Now, what I was gonna get to you about Ryu's light kick is it's 5 frames, which means it's very good for checking people, because you can just do things like this, like buffers like this, or EX Fireball, or like Drive Rush cancels. For the same reason, you can use your light to be tricky in your strength. Your opponent's gonna be looking to like block 3 lights and then hit their medium or whatever after. I can't just mash my 6-frame medium and then get out for free, because his jab is -1, your light kick is 5 frames, right? So if I want to beat his light kick, I have to mash my own light kick or something faster. This is why having like a good 5-frame light is very important. This is one of the reasons why people talk about Ed as being such a strong character. This is his light, right? He has this 3-hit light string that he can do. It looks like this. The reason this is so cheap is that if I decide to mash on this and he does this blitz, then what happens if I mash is I get counter hit. And then this blitz is +5 on counter hit and he can combo off of it. So you get this into DP, into like boom, into pressure, right? Or you get light blitz. You can literally get the dream combo off of them, like, you know, trying to do the whatever mash they wanted off this, right? And that's how much damage you just took from mashing on his light string. So what that means is you just like stop mashing on it. So what he does instead is light, boom, right? He does this, or light, boom, boom. And the reason this string is so annoying to deal with, the 3rd hit here, if I try to hit a like medium, you notice that like I can't mash on it with my medium, and it combos into itself. If I mash my 6-frame move on this string, it trades. And if he does blitz and I mash a 6-frame move, then I die. And then what he can do is he can do light, boom, boom on block, right? Or light into this, into like back kill rush. And like basically every character does it. Ken is like another character that takes advantage of this really well, which is he does things like this, right? He has light, Jinrai. And if you're mashing a slow move after this, the Jinrai will hit you. And if I mash a jab and my jab just doesn't reach because I'm trying to beat Jinrai, this is one of the things that makes Ken's pressure so scary, is that he has the Jinrai cancel to beat your slower buttons, and then he can just do jab, nothing. Or he can do things like jab, light kick, you know. It's gonna beat me trying to hit slower mediums, or trade with me hitting a 6-frame medium, right? It's got a lot of range, so it's hard to stop this. This is like the entire way that offensive pressure works in the game. Most characters get 3 lights to try to hit confirm. Afterwards, what they're doing is using cancels or buttons to check you from hitting a reversal button, or they're doing nothing, letting you swing and then challenging. What do you feel like Zangief and you have a 7-frame light kick? I mean, Zangief, the way he does things is like, I mean, he has a 4-frame crouching light kick. He has this is a 4-frame button. And also you have SPD, which you can think about this as like a 5-frame light that has the same range. Light into crouching medium kick into this, like this kind of a thing that we were talking about earlier. This is the kind of thing where you can block 3 lights and then SPD. Or if you want to be safer, right, you can block 3 lights and then hit your jab, or block 3 lights and hit your crouching light kick. But you can block this Jinrai, and then he's very, very minus. But it's like the 3-hit rule of offense in the game. You do 3 lights. Afterwards, the offensive player either does nothing, or the offensive player does something to try to beat either your instant reversal button or your instant reversal medium button. So like, this kind of pressure is probably something you see a lot in this game. And it seems like it's very, very good, especially when you first start, but you know, you do things like this. So he can just change his option to now beat my crouching medium punch. Like mashing medium punch on defense as Aki after you block 2 to 3 lights, like will work against everybody for forever, because everybody autopilots their pressure to be like, you know, this kind of stuff, right? They just want to do this, obviously. You know, now that you understand that idea that like the game has lots of minus frames on your normals, so you have to chain lights to beat that, but then after you chain lights, the special cancel or the normal you hit after is like the RPS you play on offense. Once you understand that, so much more of the game makes sense in context of like how to run offense or like how to play defense, right? So